Breaking news! TikTok is officially getting banned in America!
I have some news and updates to share with everyone here. Some politicians have started talking about banning TikTok. Now this could take TikTok away from all 150 million of you.
I was hoping that Trump would be active in reversing this decision. It's corruption at its best.
So it's official, TikTok is getting banned. And I just want to say that if you think it's anything to do with our safety or our concern or our information being sent to anybody else, you are sadly mistaken.
Why are so many people upset that the government's going to ban TikTok? Have you been living under a rock? Do you know how big the Protect Our Data from TikTok movement is? All the boycotts, all the marches, all the protests. This movement is so big, it's managed to drown out all the others. Protecting women's rights, protecting the LGBTQIA community, stopping gun violence, stopping police brutality, universal health care, basically anything having to do with human rights, okay? And the Protect Our Data from TikTok movement has drowned out all of them.
TikTok, the app that transformed the way 150 million Americans connect, create, and learn, it's a lifeline for 7,000 US employees and a critical tool for 5 million businesses to thrive. But now the US government has made a decision that could change everything. A nationwide ban on TikTok in the name of national security. What happens when the values of democracy, freedom of speech, and innovation clashes with the need to protect a nation's data? Is this the right move for security, or is it a dangerous precedent for censorship? What does this mean for the 7,000 American employees at TikTok, the 5 million businesses thriving on this platform, and the million of American citizens that rely on this app? Guys, I've gathered a few videos for you that I want us to watch together, and I would really love to know what your thoughts are on these. Do you support this move on a US government banning the use of TikTok in the country? Or do you think TikTok should just go ahead and sell the app to a US citizens as the government is requiring? All the stitches that you'll be seeing on these episodes are credits belongs to the original creators that you'll be seeing on the screens. You can consider to check them on their TikTok or any other of their social platforms using the names that you're seeing of their TikTok accounts. And if you're just coming across this channel for the first time, my good name is Gracey D. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel, give this video a like, and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. So let's dive right ahead to the video and we'll come back with more commentary.
Breaking news! TikTok is officially getting banned in America! TikTok's appeal at the Federal Appeal Court got rejected and our brother just confirmed it. Meaning the ban will be going ahead, but TikTok have appealed again. We could be losing brothers such as Brownie Sadi, Brother Mabu Mecca, Old News Network, and all Muslim TikTokers in America. This is just step one, the rest is coming. We need Trump to save this. Share this everywhere and spread awareness now.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. I'm the CEO of TikTok. I'm here in Washington DC today, and I have some news and updates to share with everyone here. Today, I'm super excited to announce that more than 150 million Americans are on TikTok. That's almost half of the US coming to TikTok to connect, to create, to share, to learn, or just to have some fun. This includes 5 million businesses that use TikTok to reach their customers, and the majority of these are small and medium businesses. Now these numbers are amazing, and I'm so thankful to all of you and the 7,000 TikTok employees in the US who are helping us build this incredible community in America and around the world. Now this comes at a pivotal moment for us. Some politicians have started talking about banning TikTok. Now this could take TikTok away from all 150 million of you. I'll be testifying before Congress later this week to share all that we're doing to protect Americans using the app and deliver on our mission to inspire creativity and to bring joy. Let me know in the comments what you want your elected representatives to know about what you love about TikTok.
Guys, I need you to understand how likely it is that TikTok is going to get banned. Remember the other times when everyone was freaking out and saying, it's gonna get banned, follow me to YouTube, and then it didn't get banned? This is the opposite. This time, nobody's really saying anything, and it actually will probably get banned in January. The federal court just sided with the government saying that the ban can continue, so ByteDance only has two options left: to sell or to go to the Supreme Court. And all the analysts say that the Supreme Court will not side with TikTok. It's very unlikely. So they only have one option left, which is to sell TikTok. If they don't sell, it's getting banned. I know you're thinking, but Trump doesn't give a fuck, okay? I'm Canadian, I'm not biased against Trump, okay? He doesn't care about TikTok, you guys. He started the TikTok ban. He hasn't posted on TikTok one time or mentioned TikTok since winning. But he's busy. You're coping. He doesn't give a fuck. There's many things that he could say. He'll just go, I've seen new information. I thought we could do it. We can't do it. Or he'll just say, we're not banning it. We just need them to sell it. Sell it to a U.S. which is what the whole thing is about, right? Because they can't sell it. China will not let them sell it even if they wanted to. So we're kind of screwed.
What's the difference between the United States and, let's say, Russia or China? Well, on January 19th, nothing really. Because when America bans TikTok, it proves that it's no better than the countries that it loves to criticize. Censorship is censorship, whether it's wrapped in a flag or hidden behind a firewall. But here's where it gets laughable. They say it's about security and protecting the people. Really? If the US cared about protecting its people, then guns, you know, the ones killing kids in schools, they would have been banned decades ago. Instead, they're banning an app, not because it's dangerous, but because it gives you, the American citizen, a voice. A voice they cannot control. And let's not forget what this really means. If they can ban TikTok today, who can stop them from banning Instagram tomorrow? Maybe YouTube next. Freedom of speech doesn't vanish overnight. It's stolen bit by bit while you're too distracted to notice. America prides itself on being the land of the free. But this is a test. The American government would rather strip away your rights than fix the actual problems. If you let this happen, then you're sending a message that it's okay to chip away at your freedom. One app, one law, one lie at a time. China silences its people. Russia does it too. And now the United States is joining the club. The only difference is China and Russia own up to their authoritarianism. America, it hides behind the illusion of a democracy. So Americans, wake up. Once you give up your freedoms, don't expect to get them back.
So it's official, TikTok is getting banned. And I just want to say that if you think it's anything to do with our safety or our concern or our information being sent to anybody else, you are sadly mistaken. So many people have gained financial independence while being on TikTok, whether it be from the Creators Rewards Program or a TikTok shop. And as aggravating as TikTok can be sometimes, a lot of people have made a lot of money from this app. A lot of money. Some people have even become millionaires off of this app. And that hurts these billion-dollar industries who need people to work minimum wage jobs so that they can maintain their bottom line and their record-breaking profits from year to year, and they can stay rich and not pay their employees anything but pennies. They have to now become competitive. And TikTok is getting in the way of that. There's millions of Americans on TikTok that this is how they make money. This is how they pay their bills. So in 2 months, you're going to have millions of Americans with no income. Who does that benefit? Facebook is constantly selling our fucking secrets. Instagram, selling our information. This is not about helping the American people. And anybody that thinks otherwise, hate to break it to ya. Follow me on YouTube.
The TikTok ban has been held by the Supreme Court, and apparently it's going to evaporate on January 19th. So that's going to be a major blow to small and medium-sized business owners. I was hoping that Trump would be active in reversing this decision. It's corruption at its best. And, how are you going to survive? How are you going to, create the revenue without TikTok? The other social media doesn't work nearly as well. LinkedIn is too pinpoint. It's too niche. Facebook, there's no traction. There's no engagement on Facebook, especially Facebook groups. And you can't even talk about specific things about your business on Facebook or Facebook groups because there's no engagement. So it's going to be a major blow to me as well because, all my traction, all my clients, all but one client is coming from TikTok. So I was hoping since Trump was elected, he has promised to, save TikTok and save free speech. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The effort is going to be to diversify and trying to get traction on YouTube and X and Facebook and see if we can somehow miraculously change the results we've been getting in the past, which is basically zero. So I'm at a loss. And if it's happening in US, guess what happens with Turdhead? It's not, Canada's not far behind. And if US falls, then, Canada, Europe, Australia for sure is gone as well. So it's a domino effect. What do you think? How are you going to recover? Are you making money? Are you getting clients from TikTok and LinkedIn and other social media? And if you're not, then that means you're doing a pay-per-click campaign, and the diminishing returns on pay-per-click campaigns are just atrocious. I have clients that are spending anywhere from $3,000 to $50,000 a month on pay-per-click campaigns, and it's diminishing returns. You can see the writing on the wall. So if you're not using social media, and the best social media, TikTok, is going to evaporate. And I don't think VPNs are going to work. They're going to see right through that. So what are the options? I'm at a loss. So I'm looking for ideas. What are your ideas? How are you going to replace TikTok? And the algorithm for the other platforms are just atrocious. I mean, they're horrible. They're horrible to get any traction. So I'm seriously scared. I'm seriously terrified. I lost my LinkedIn account, and 100% of my clients were coming in from LinkedIn. And now TikTok is next. And what's after that? Is it going to be X? All right. The only saving grace is that Elon Musk is a U.S. citizen, and but it's still free speech, right? The bottom here, the common denominator here is free speech. Governments don't like you to have your own opinion. So, and if this keeps eroding, where are we going to stop it? If we don't fight for it now, if Trump doesn't step up and kill this ban, it's going to keep eroding. And hopefully, and he's eerily silent on this. And this scares me. He's silent on this. He should be all over social media talking about, this is not going to happen. No way in hell this is going to happen. So Trump has been very vocal about free speech. So why isn't he vocal now? Would love to hear your questions, comments below. And seriously, I'm looking for ideas. How are we going to replace the traction that we're getting on TikTok? Post your questions, comments below. Type yes if you'd like some help in terms of social media. I'm going to be devoting more attention to artificial intelligence, and hopefully artificial intelligence and phone calls made by AI will replace the revenue I'm going to be missing from TikTok. I need some ideas. We'll talk soon.
Why are so many people upset that the government's going to ban TikTok? Have you been living under a rock? Do you know how big the Protect Our Data from TikTok movement is? All the boycotts, all the marches, all the protests. This movement is so big, it's managed to drown out all the others. The call for ceasefires because 30,000 people have been slaughtered. Protecting women's rights, protecting the LGBTQIA community, stopping gun violence, stopping police brutality, universal health care, basically anything having to do with human rights. Okay? And the Protect Our Data from TikTok movement has drowned out all of them. Do you not understand how big this is? Because I think you guys are being a little unappreciative here. Do you know how hard it was for our Congress to do this? That despite being the least productive Congress in our history, okay, in our history, where they can't seem to get anything done because it's so hard, they've managed to come together, right, and fast track this bill and set their differences aside for the sake of humanity. I don't think you guys understand how happy I am personally that TikTok can no longer use the 600 email account that I've created in order to, get discounts from the same websites that steal my data too. But that's okay, because on those websites, I'm just spending my money, so that's fine, right? On TikTok, though, where people have the ability to share information or educate people or make people laugh or promote their small businesses, then it's not okay for our data to be stolen. And the government hears our cries to stop it. You people are selfish and entitled, and you don't understand how hard our government and Congress is fighting to protect us. TikTok is the reason that my address, my telephone number, what my favorite color was in the 3rd grade is plastered and has been plastered all over the internet for the past, 20 years. And when TikTok gets banned, because it's when, not if anymore. Because, maybe TikTok doesn't want to be extorted into selling their company to America. You can find me on YouTube. The link is in my bio. Because that's what Americans do when the government does things for our best interest. We let it happen, we figure it out, and we move on to something else. Like that time they don't raise our wages because, inflation got so high that cereal costs $10. That's okay. Because one box of cereal can feed an entire family for dinner. We figure it out. Anyways, bye.
At the end of the day, this TikTok ban makes one thing incredibly clear, which is that social media was always meant to be a tool, not the goal or means to an end. I mean, this is why we see influencers building actual businesses and brands outside of these apps, because the apps themselves are obsolete. The app should be utilized to channel your community, not necessarily contain it. If the minute the TikTok gets banned, your business is going to fail or you're going to lose all of your income as an influencer, unfortunately, you have lost the plot, because I see a lot of y'all's followers turning on you. I see a lot of viral videos where people are saying, I do hope TikTok gets banned so the influencers have to go and get full-time jobs. At the end of the day, if your content is just a dopamine scroll for people or it gets them to click links and buy things, they're not going to miss it when it's gone because it's a distraction. But if you're creating meaningful content that brings people to your page day by day to feel inspired and to make actions in their life outside of buying items, they're going to be looking to find you on other platforms or invest in you just outside of social media in general. So I'm going to ask you straight up, what value are you providing to people? What community are you curating on your platform? And why should it matter to people if or when this app is gone?
We don't know the fate of this app. TikTok actually might be getting banned, and here is what that means for the creators on this app. What that means for creators on this app is that there is going to be a great migration back to Instagram, back to YouTube. But I do see a lot of creators starting to move to YouTube. Shit, I'm about to move to YouTube too. It's a no-brainer for me to get on YouTube. Plus, I like to yap a lot, so I will be on YouTube making short form and long form content. TikTok said it's not giving up despite their appeal being shot down today. But what does that really mean for what does that mean for all of the creators on this app while TikTok is still in the balance? We never know. In the final hour, something might happen. But as of right now, I'm making that great migration to YouTube and I'm staying on Instagram.
Is TikTok really getting banned? As a content creator and someone that is in a creator rewards program and uses TikTok to make money, I am concerned if TikTok is going to get banned also. In my opinion, I don't think TikTok is going to get banned. I think that the incoming president is going to do something about what's going on. I also recently learned that there are a group of content creators that are suing the government for this ban. You might have heard that TikTok went back to court and that appeal was denied. The next thing is that they're going to take it to the Supreme Court. Now, what the Supreme Court is going to do, I don't know. But in all honesty, I think that TikTok isn't going to go anywhere. I think that you all should just continue to focus on creating content and don't necessarily worry about the ban or potential ban. Don't make this a reason for you to not create content because you're waiting to see what happens. What do you all think?
So yeah, many people are asking, is the ban of TikTok a political move or a protection of data in the United States of America? That is actually a question that I don't also have an answer to. But if you have an answer to this, you can kindly tell us on the comment section what your thoughts are on this. So the reason as to why actually TikTok is going to be banned, or the reason as to why the US government wants to ban TikTok, is because of national security concerns. The US government actually argues that TikTok poses a threat to national security due to its ownership by a Chinese company. I don't know what you all think, but with all the videos that I've been listening to, even this sit down that they had with the owner of TikTok, and he actually said the US government have not yet provided evidence where actually TikTok is a threat to the to the national security. They've been saying TikTok has been, having issues with leak of data of the US citizens. We've seen other countries that have actually banned TikTok, not on its citizens, but places like for government officials, like you cannot use your phone or your computer on TikTok when it comes to the gadgets that you're using at work, especially people that are working with the government. This is to protect their country's data and to protect their security. And US can also choose that path. They can choose also that route to go on ahead and restrict people that are working with the government, of that people that are working in specific companies or specific area, to not use TikTok, especially on their work gadgets. Maybe they can use it on their personal gadgets. I don't know how that works with these countries that have banned these. I saw they say they've banned TikTok in Canada, but that is with government officials, with people that are working with the government, but not on citizens' phones. So, but US is looking to 100% ban TikTok in the United States of America. So that means there's no single citizen of America will be able to access TikTok if actually this goes on ahead come 19th January 2025. So for 150 million US citizens, they actually rely on TikTok to connect, to learn, and for fun. So what's gonna happen to these people? A ban will disrupt personal and professional lives, especially for marginalized voices that have found a platform on TikTok. And honestly, there are so many good things that TikTok has done. Like you see these Karens being exposed, you see people being found by big TikTokers, people like TZ Entertainment, that Danesh guy, Bishop Thomas, and there are so many TikTokers that are actually used their videos that you get to learn or know of things that are actually happening or trending from these TikTok platforms. And like these videos, like now you have just watched, I actually got these clips from TikTokers from TikTok platform itself. So you see, there are so many people that are using this platform. I know there are people who put misleading content on TikTok, but the bigger part, especially for me personally, I've got to learn a lot on TikTok, especially about the United States of America, because when it comes to TikTok, there's no limitation. You don't get censorship that much on TikTok like you do on other platforms. So yeah, I've got to learn a lot on TikTok. So you see, with TikTok compared to other platforms that we have, TikTok has really actually helped a lot of young or small creators, because with TikTok, the algorithm actually favors everyone. And you see, the good thing with TikTok in the United States of America, it has created employment for people. Like So for some people, some influencers that actually do work on TikTok, they don't have to work anymore. They don't have to do the 9 to 5 job. So they're just working or doing their things on TikTok, and this is why it would have a very negative impact on people, leave alone the 7,000 American citizens that are employed by TikTok, but also of people that use this platform to make their living, like the influencers that you see. And I see people being like, why you like find a normal job, go get a job for yourself, what are you doing on TikTok? But they don't actually realize that people are making money from this platform. And the only good is that you don't have to work on anyone's time. You don't have to go to a 9 to 5 job. And when I see such people telling people to go and look for a new job, you're the one who should be concentrating on your job. If you just want to stay employed forever, well and good, but leave the people that want to work on TikTok, on these platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, let them do what they want. At the end of the day, you're all doing what you want, I guess. So there's also gonna be an economic fallout, because imagine the 7,000 American citizens that work for TikTok, then that means they'll have to start looking for other jobs. Unless TikTok gets very good and offer to have them being transferred to different countries, but then again, they also have people working in those countries that they would, actually consider taking them to or relocate them to those countries. So this is actually not gonna be good for these people, because with people complaining of how there is not enough jobs or good jobs for people to, to go and find employment, so they'll suffer a lot. I don't know what you think, but I also think it's gonna have a very negative impact on these people. If this is the work that they depend to pay their bills, to pay their mortgages, to pay their rent and all that, it's gonna be a hard time for them. And also for the 5 million businesses that actually use TikTok to connect with their customers, to market their business, it's gonna be very hard for them. The difference with TikTok and other platforms is that TikTok, it's easy for the algorithm to push your content and your business. Even if you are a small creator, you don't have to worry about that. But with other platforms, you have to have like at least over 10,000 or over 50,000 for at least for your business to at least do well. But with TikTok, it's quite easy. You can actually open your account now, and by next week you're making a lot of money from people that you'll have connected through TikTok. That is when it comes to a business. If you're selling wigs, if you're selling hair products, whatever that you're selling, it's easy for people to come and recognize you through TikTok than any other platform that I've seen out here that does or has the same content as TikTok does, especially in short form. So guys, any other alternative solution that the US should come up with, because it's clear that TikTok, they don't want to sell their platform. They can maybe come up with strict regulations on using this app. But I also don't know why they also need to come up with strict regulations when the US government hasn't provided substantial evidence of misuse of data or threat to the security of the United States of America. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I would really love to know what your thoughts are on this on the comment section. Do you think China should just go on ahead and sell the TikTok or the platform to the US, because at the end of the day they will be losing on all these, and maybe selling it to the US government, they will make something out of it? Or should they just go ahead and fight on this that kind of looks like a losing battle? But I don't know what you all think. This is just my thought on this, seeing that this fight has been going on since 2020 and now it's 2024, and come next year January 19th, this is gonna be telling us what's gonna be the final decision on this legal battle that has been going on for 4 good years. Let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. Also, let me know, do you think this ban is protecting the future of the country or limiting it? Let me know what you think about this, and thank you so much for watching up to this part. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't, and until the next episode, bye.